Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Tuesday. It is a beautiful, sunny, alfresco day here in New York, and we're all spending it inside.
Another beautiful day where we're not drinking Sancerre alfresco, and these are the days that hurt, that cut deep.
Yeah.
Because the temperature is just like sublime.
You think that the longer you quarantine, the more you'd get used to it, but honestly, like when I go outside to walk Theo and it's so delicious out, like I actually want to lick the air.
It's delicious, nutritious, and superstitious.
So it makes it really, really hard. I don't know what the weather's like where all you guys live, but it's absolutely, in the words of my sister, sublime here in New York. The sky is blue. It makes for a great backdrop for our show. So hey, thanks for tuning in. Is this your first time? Welcome to the Morning Toast.
The Millennial Morning Show. We go live Monday through Friday these days at noon Eastern Time, but typically at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And you know what? I'm officially adjusted to the noon Eastern Time.
Big time.
Waking up at 10 today was impossible.
No, literally, I don't set an alarm, but I wake up and it's like, I don't have time to lollygag. Like, I got to get moving, make the bed, do the laundry, get dressed.
I set my alarm for 10 and I snoozed until like 10:35.
I don't even set an alarm.
Oh, I have to set an alarm because I could sleep till 2.
I slept the deepest I've ever slept. Well, not ever, but in a really long time, and had the craziest dream. Like, we were back at camp. I think it was because we were talking about Camp Toast, like, at, like, 6 o'clock last night, so it was, like, in my brain.
Yeah.
And we were just at camp, and they put all the sisters in a bunk together, and, like, they left me out of the bunk, which I think is just, you know, really speaking on, like, my true fear of missing out. Like, my big, like... And it was just, like, honestly a nightmare. Like, you guys were having so much fun, and I was, like, in the loser bunk with people I'd never met before.
Wow, I didn't realize I was having so much fun last night.
Yeah. Are you tired? That's why.
Maybe. I was so exhausted yesterday. I know I've been joking with you guys, but, like, there was just not enough time in the day yesterday. Like, for all my new hobbies, I just don't have enough time to do them all in one day. Like, I had to clean my apartment from top to bottom yesterday, change my sheets, put the duvet cover on myself. Like, I was cleaning, like, on my hands and knees again. I guess you have to do that, like, once a week.
Do you get sweaty?
I was wearing like breezy clothes, so I wasn't getting too sweaty, and my apartment was like a nice cool temperature. So I was like scrubbing my apartment. Then we had this like meeting at 5 o'clock. Then I Peloton. Then I needed to read. Then I had to watch a Toast movie of the day, and the day just like slipped away. And then and then Zach wanted something different from dinner than what I had. So all of a sudden I'm cooking 2 meals like I have children.
Oh my God,
like I have children.
What did you want and what did he want?
I just wanted pasta with marinara sauce, but he wanted this like ravioli that he got. And
that sounds good.
And I had no interest in ever eating it, so I was like, I'll make it now because Passover is coming up, and we must eat all the carbs.
So yesterday I had not 1 but 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and they were so good. I didn't realize I had a loaf of bread in my house, and I'm so annoyed that I found it today or yesterday because we only have 2 more days before we have to stop eating bread for Passover. So I'm trying to get through the whole loaf before tomorrow. I already went through 4 slices, and Ben had a tuna sandwich, so he took 2. It is the most delicious bread. It's Pepperidge Farm, just like a regular whole wheat, but I don't know why I'm acting like I never had bread before.
No, because we just don't appreciate bread.
It is the best.
Bread's the devil, you know?
Yeah.
Unless it's a popover.
No, but there's so many different brands of like loaves of bread like in the store, Wonder, and I've had a lot and I never have felt like
fulfilled.
No, I've never felt like impacted by a piece of bread until like Ben just bought, and it was the only one left. It is Pepperidge Farm whole wheat. It is so big and soft and fluffy. It's so good, and it just really makes a difference in the sandwich. So like literally at midnight last night, I was so hungry and I just like made another sandwich because I was feeling fat as hell. And also because I know you guys probably all saw my Instagram story. I made penne alla vodka for dinner. And what you didn't see was me and Ben eating it and the whole thing tasting like vodka and like us gagging and having to throw away a whole pot.
What?
It was
looked
so
delicious.
Upsetting. I know. And I didn't want to ruin the moment on Instagram. I'm not usually one to like fake it, but I just like wasn't in the mood to admit defeat because I'm like this new chef.
And everyone was already being like, that's not penne.
Yeah. And here's what's annoying. I followed, and I have to call them out, a Food Network recipe. And it said, I followed to a T. I measured. I was so good. And it said, so you do the olive oil, the garlic, and the onions, and then the vodka. You do it first to let it burn off. It said 2 to 3 minutes. But, you know, I'm working with a hot plate. I don't know if it's the same level of hot. So I did 8 minutes just to make sure the vodka was burnt off. First thing I do, I eat it. I'm like, does this taste like vodka? And Ben's like, yeah. And we literally threw the whole thing away and had bagels for dinner.
Wow.
I was so upset.
It looked flames. I would have never known.
It looked great, and I didn't want to ruin the moment on Instagram, and I feel like weird about like lying, you know, because I'm always like so real on
I know,
Instagram.
but sometimes it's just like you just don't want to admit your failures.
That's exactly
until
what
like the next day.
Yeah. So here I am admitting my failures.
Okay, well that's good because I did feel inferior when I saw your pasta, and I was like, I just used like Rayo's marinara sauce.
Rayo's is absolutely delicious,
and I do have a Rayo's vodka sauce, so maybe I'll be making penne alla vodka.
That's so much easier.
I know, but I'm so hungry right now. Anyways, I was so exhausted last night. By the time I got off my feet, like I couldn't even. I watched the Toast movie of the day, and I was so excited to go to sleep. I was like, I'm going to go to sleep early. I did not fall asleep until like 3 a.m.
No, the problem with this whole thing is like I'm on a weird schedule. Part of it being quarantine, part of it being that we now push back 2 hours. Like my hours are so weird. I like want to go to bed early, but I really can't go to bed until like 12 or 1.
Oh my God, it was infuriating. I read my book, The Farm Chum, and it's like so crazy. It's a weird thing to read before you go to sleep because it just like makes you feel weird.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know where. I need to finish it today so I can start a good before you go to sleep book.
I can't wait to recap our Toast movie of the day. I have a lot of thoughts, and I just can't believe like the comments, people like regarding it as like this, you know, gem of a movie that like nobody knew about. It just wasn't that. It wasn't bad, but it was like not good. And I just Lily Collins was the only thing that was good about it. But we'll get into it.
She was fabulous.
We have Vanderpump Rules is on tonight, and we'll assign another Toast movie of the day. Is there anything else on tonight?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So I guess.
Oh, but you know what? I never did get to do yesterday is talk about One Tree Hill. So you just remind me when we get to our TV recap segment. I want to talk about One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know Theo has some thoughts on it too.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely like a Brooke and Lucas like champion.
Yeah, so I guess, like, without further ado, maybe it's time. I mean, not that much has happened since yesterday, which is kind of why we were going to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But you guys said, like, you would hear us talk about, like, waxing our buttholes on this show and you wouldn't care. So we'll just get right into it.
Yeah. And actually, that's so funny that you said that. Me and Ben had, like, a really weird conversation the other night about, like, bleaching your asshole. And Ben was like, what's the point? I'm like, well, because, like, your asshole's dark and, like, you would want to make it light. And he and I were going back and forth as to what makes a butthole dark. He thinks that
I don't want to know what he thinks.
He thinks that like your skin around your butthole is like stained from duty from the time that you were a child. And I'm like, I just don't think that's true. I just think like the skin is like darker pigmented by your butthole. What do you think?
I don't know. I never have ever thought about it.
Try and just take yourself out of your body.
And I also thought that like when you bleach your butthole, you're bleaching the hair.
Oh.
No, but I might be wrong.
No, I think you're bleaching the skin.
Okay, you're bleaching the skin.
Yeah, like have you ever seen like a butthole of a porn star? I think it's like pink and white. Like it's not like a real butthole color.
Wow, I honestly am not educated enough about buttholes.
Well, they did it on Shahs of Sunset. Reza and MJ got their assholes bleached, which is why I know more about it than the average, you know, person. And so Ben and I were just wondering, like, what makes the skin around your butthole dark? Is it like genetic? Like, is it biological? Like, is it? Ben thinks it was genuinely stained from duty.
Okay, it's not because
I'm like, that's disgusting.
But
then he made a good point. Like, a baby's butthole isn't brown.
Is it not? I don't know. But I think maybe it's because it's like more of your like inner, like it's like the inside of your mouth is darker than the color of your face.
But it's still technically your epidermis. I'm talking about the skin around the butthole, not the butthole.
I don't know, but it goes in and out, so it's like hanging out with the people inside, and it's like,
you know, it's definitely like versatile.
It has to like protect itself from the light, you know.
No, I just think that like, no, honestly, I don't know.
Okay, well, you do bleach the skin. I had absolutely no clue.
Hopefully, someone on the YouTube comments will shed a little light on why the skin.
Get into the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
I'm sorry. We have a doctor in the comments. They said, the skin between your butt cheeks and directly surrounding your anus is generally darker than your actual skin color. This can result from friction, hormonal changes, and excess pigment.
That's like not an answer.
No, I know, but it's not stained from duty. So
I mean, I could have told you that.
Like, Ben is such an 8th grader.
And like the fact that you would say, oh, a doctor is here when like literally Dr. Fichemin is right here. And
he's off the clock. He's off the clock.
You would say that in front of him.
He's off the clock.
He is off the clock.
I've been actually rewatching our show because I have nothing to do. And I don't know how people like don't complain more about the fact that I don't speak English.
Oh, how so?
I just like swallow sentences. Like I literally will replay something and even I can't understand it. I don't know, like I'm really just going to try to speak English today.
Okay.
Even the way I just said that. English today. I just have to take a breath between words, you know?
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll let you know if I need any clarification. Our first story is actually some answers to a lot of questions that people have had. Bachelor Peter Weber talks about being in quarantine with Kelley Flanagan. Quote, we have good chemistry. So Peter Weber is on Nick Viall's podcast, The Viall Files, today. And Nick is asking the important questions and Peter's actually giving some other fucking answers. Long story short, him and Kelley are not dating.
What?
Mm-hmm. He said, she's always been supportive of me. Long story short, I wasn't working, so I thought I'd go out there to Chicago and spend some time with her, take her mind off of some family things. This was right when everything was starting to hit with the quarantine stuff. And it kind of just became a thing where we've always gotten along really well and had really good chemistry. We just enjoy each other's company. Are we dating? No. Do I love spending time with her? Absolutely. We're not dating. Could I see that in the future? Yeah, of course. I'd be extremely lucky and very happy if that happened. Of anyone, I'm the last person that needs to rush into any kind of relationship. I just had an engagement that didn't work out. I was trying to pursue things with another woman that didn't work out. That's why right now I'm just taking it really, really slow. He even said, he said that there's in different bedrooms in the house. There's 3 rooms in the house and that they're not dating. But now it's like, okay, I want to take it at face value. They're not dating. They're just friends. And I even got like a friendly vibe from them on the show. Like, she's obviously a very respectable woman. She wasn't lying on your live stream. They are not dating. But like, what does dating even mean in quarantine times? Like, they're not going on dates because they can't go on dates.
Right, but
so
they're like living together. I guess that means they're not fucking.
Right, that's the question. Are you fucking? And it's like no one wants to ask it because it's so crude.
Right.
But it's like dating is not a thing anymore. So if you ask someone if they're dating, it's an irrelevant question. We're not going on dates.
It's so hard for me to report on this story when like I genuinely like despise Peter. Like I'm still mad at him for like wasting our time with that whole season, and even the way he's been acting after the season ends, between his awful like cringe-inducing TikToks and just his overall demeanor. Like, I'm just so over him. But I am like somewhat interested in whether or not they're dating, because I love Kelley and I do really feel like she was always too good for him, and now in real life it's made even more apparent that she is too good for him. But I'm unclear a little bit on the timeline of this all, because when we first saw them like frolicking in Chicago, is he saying he was at her house for 2 weeks before that?
Not 2 weeks, but he was traveling and he stopped in Chicago to see her, and then I think quarantines were being put into place, and they probably decided, we were already quarantined, but
true.
Every other city was kind of like behind New York and LA. And probably other cities that
they count between New York and LA.
No, but like those were the big ones.
Yeah.
And maybe Seattle.
No, but New York and
Seattle.
LA were like the first two big ones.
And no, Seattle was the first big one, so like they were ahead of all of us. Whatever. This is not CNN.
No.
And so they had like a little bit more time, like leg room, wiggle room, to figure out what they were going to do. And I think they just decided like, hey, let's do this together. They probably saw the quarantine crew down in Florida and were like, if they can do it, so can we.
Well, they're now taking a page out of Tyler Cameron and Hannah Brown's book and being annoying on TikTok. And don't get me wrong, I love Kelley, but my patience is wearing thin when it comes to the TikToks. And it's just so crazy how TikToks can make you just think totally differently of a person, you know? I could like love someone and watch their TikToks and think they're so annoying, or I could hate someone but then like find them to be so endearing and funny on TikTok. TikTok is this weird platform where it's changing hearts and minds.
Yeah. I agree, but I feel like actually it does make me think more positively about certain people that I didn't before.
Yeah, I'm saying it has both effects.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had to block.
So, it's like way more in the negative column.
Of course. I mean, I've had to block so many people just because the algorithm, if you don't know TikTok, it's like you don't follow people and then see their content. It's just this page of like literally everyone in the world's content, and certain things rise to the top. So like I was getting literally every day a video from Perez Hilton, and that's just not what I need. Like for my mental health and just like the stability of the world, it's just not what I needed. So unfortunately I had to block him.
Yeah.
Just so he would stop coming up like shirtless on my fucking For You page.
You have to do what you have to do.
For my own mental health.
And also your Team Charlie.
Yeah, and he was just like so nasty, like literally this old man talking about like young girls. He's just out of control. So, you know what? It's actually, that's my mental health tip of the day. Start blocking people on TikTok. It'll really change your life.
I hadn't even known that you could do that yet.
Or also there's just people who have like shtick that like comes up on my TikTok.
And it's just not your shtick.
And it's just not my vibe. There's some that are my vibe. Do you know the Paradise Bartender?
No.
Oh my God, she's so cute. She every video is like her making a drink. So she's like, and I think she lives in Hawaii, but she's been bartending from home. And she's like, okay guys, I'm gonna show you how to make a cucumber gimlet. First, you take your cup of ice, half ounce of vodka, 1, 2, 2 ounces of rum, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're gonna put it in your shaker and you're gonna give it a good shake, 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 shake. Now you're gonna give it your nice strainer, give it a nice good strain, and this gets garnished with a lime and a lemon wedge. Like, she's so cute, and that's a shtick I could deal with, you know? I know people have started to, like, recreate, and those are the ones that I need to block. But, so, and, like, some of the cooking ones are cute, but some people just come across even there's this kid who, like, I think he lives on 30th and Lex, because I noticed the building. He gets on his balcony every day, like at 7 o'clock when people are cheering, and he gets this, like, he must be a DJ because he gets this huge speaker and plays like a Journey song and like thinks he's inspiring the block. And I'm sure people are just annoyed, honestly.
He thinks he's like Chiara Frogny's husband.
Yeah, and he gets on the with a Corona beer, always Corona, and he's like dancing and like filming people like reacting to him, and they're out for the 7 o'clock clap. They're not out to listen to your music. It comes on my For You page every day.
I've never seen any of these things that you're talking about.
What? That's so weird.
We should like swap talks.
I heard that you get like your algorithm of your For You page on TikTok has something to do with your geographical location. And that kid's in New York, which is why I always get it.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense, but we're in the same geographical location.
That's weird.
No, but I think it also has to do with other videos that you like what your vibe is. I think I get a lot of like fashion TikTokers. That's actually what I get a lot of.
Yeah,
like bloggers, like switching their outfits. It's like, we get it. Like, no stress, no chain, jump.
No stress, no dress. Ho.
Ho. Like, we fucking get it. You can jump and change your outfit. So I get so many of those like bootleg, like, Brittany Xavier videos. Not like she's the OG, but then everyone like trying to be her.
Wanna be Xavier's.
And I get like so many people like lifestyle-y videos of like people's apartments just clean with like nice music over it.
I get that too.
And a filter, and I'm like, what'd you do? Fluff
this
your
song.
pillows?
Jackie, this song. Don't stay away.
I love this song.
I'm gonna make a cup of coffee with your hand. And then it's always like them making their like caramel macchiato.
Yeah, and it's like ice in like a mason jar.
Oh, by the way, we're talking about the same girl. I actually know that girl.
She gets like day 20.
Yeah. By the way, her fucking videos keep coming up on my TikTok. She's a makeup,
and she like even shows herself washing her like her arm with a loofah.
And by the way, whatever like filter she's filming her whole video in is fabulous.
Yeah,
that's so funny. I literally get her videos every day. It's like day 18 quarantine. She does the same thing every day, but like videos, different parts of it. She makes a coffee, like plays with her dog, takes a shower, and then like makes dinner.
Yeah, and it's like same, but I guess I just don't have that filter.
It's just not depressing when she does it.
I just don't have that patience.
Yeah. Her apartment's
like
nice
also
too.
Then, but like it must take her so long to make those videos, and
all day.
I can't. Okay, well, anyways, for the record, Kelley and Peter are not dating. Obviously. Question of whether or not they're fucking still up in the air.
I just think it's a really weird thing for like them both to do, to quarantine with each other. Like they barely know each other. They like used to date, but they're not dating, and then they have like, it's just like, it's like a shelter like for all these random people just to come into.
Yeah, it is interesting, but I wonder like if I were still single and I was like living with like when I lived with Olivia and Danny, like where would we have quarantined?
You would have quarantined in your apartment,
like together.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that apartment would have been clean finally then.
Maybe. Those were crazy times.
Those were crazy times. So, like, yeah, maybe we would have just been, like, inviting people over to come quarantine with us.
Maybe,
like, because we were just being crazy.
Yeah, like young kids.
Yeah.
Sex in the City.
Totally. Just makes you think, you know?
When you guys all lived together, you also lived in the same apartment building as Bill Nye?
Oh, yes, we did.
That was weird.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very glamorous building. Vanessa Hudgens also lived in it when she was on Broadway.
Vanessa Ann Hudgens?
Vanessa Ann Hudgens. I wouldn't want to
offend you.
I wouldn't want to offend you.
I got her confused with the other Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay, next story is like really sad because Michael Che has announced that his grandmother has died from coronavirus. Did you see these
No, I
posts?
didn't see any of this.
Okay, so Michael Che announced on Instagram on Monday that his grandmother died from coronavirus, and he posted a really long bit of text on his Instagram, like literal 10 slides, and like he oscillates between being like angry and funny and confused and wanting to blame coronavirus on 5G because he like just can't make sense of the fact that his grandma died because someone ate a bat.
Right. So true.
And honestly, the statement's like really funny and also really sad, and he just like, you know, was being like going through all the emotions of grief. And he said, quote, "I'm doing okay considering I'm obviously very hurt and angry that she had to go through all that pain alone, but I'm also happy that she's not in pain anymore. And I also feel guilty for feeling happy." Basically, the whole gamut of complex feelings everybody has losing someone very close and special. I'm not unique, but it's still scary.
Oh my God, that's so sad. I've been hearing such sad stories about people whose like older grandparents or parents are passing away alone in hospitals, and it's just like the saddest thing ever.
Yeah, it's really sad. And like honestly, when I read what he said, it really just like struck with me when he was like, "I just refuse to believe that I lost my sweet, beautiful grandma because some N-word ate a bat one time."
No, it's so crazy. Like, and is there like a definitive, and I'm sure this is like a loaded question, but is there a definitive answer as to how coronavirus got started? Like everyone has theories.
Okay, so everyone does have theories. There are some conspiracy theories, like now with 5G. Have you heard this one yet?
Ben was telling me about it, but explain
I started
to
to look it up because I was like, because now Michael Che wants to believe that it's 5G, and so basically people are thinking that like, you know how 5G is like coming up.
They've been saying it's coming for 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, no, but like it's being implemented in cities. I guess it's something with like the wireless or whatever to make it stronger, better, faster, stronger.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yes. So the theory is that like that technology like compromises your immune system and like is making people sick.
That's a little
and it's
like
contributing to the spread of coronavirus. But no, to answer your question, the disease is found in this virus of coronavirus is found in bats. So it's like it went from bat to human being. How? Probably someone ate a bat.
Oh, so they don't know, like,
they
who
don't
the
know
man
who
is.
the person is who ate the bat. And like I even read an article that was about like patient 0 in Wuhan, but she said she probably got it from the bathroom at the market. So it's like she wasn't saying she ate that.
Yeah, of course not. Who would want to admit that?
Yeah.
Cause Michael Che's grandma and a million other people to die? I can't understand. And, there's so much, like, politics around this. Like, it should be something that's universal, but, like, now it's, like, this whole political thing where, like, if you believe one thing, like, so I'm just really not, like, trying to, like, get involved. But I just want to know, like, how this happens.
There's also, of course, like, the people like me who think that this may or may not have been cooked up in a lab and that it may or may not have been accidentally leaked.
Yeah.
I don't think that this was, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to like go hard in on conspiracy theories, but a part of me believes that like this was like in Wuhan, they do have a lab where they make they test these sorts of diseases. So like it's possible that it leaked, from someone
lab.
testing it, they got it, and then they went out into the world.
And people just like chill around and create viruses for what reason? To try and create cures?
Create cures, understand them better, and then it depends. But like sometimes in like biological warfare scenarios,
Right.
just like people, make nukes just to have in their arsenal. They make diseases just in case.
This is very similar to like what I feel could be a storyline of the next Kingsman.
Oh, for sure.
Like Samuel L. Jackson, he has this disease he's going to unleash on the world.
No, for sure. It's very Kingsman-y. I
Right?
hope I'm sure they already filmed the third, but maybe they'll do a fourth that's coronavirus related.
Yeah, and you know what I was thinking? Because tonight is the series finale of Schitt's Creek, which I haven't been watching this season. I'll watch it in full.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because I would have loved a season where like the quarantine hits Schitt's Creek.
But like no one ever leaves the creek or comes in. Actually, Rosebud Motel would be the center of the
No, but
coronavirus.
they go to Edgewood or Edgemont or whatever.
I don't think they are going to have a problem.
I just hope a lot of TV shows like...
I mean, I don't know how you don't. This is literally the biggest cultural event since I don't know what.
Right, like Curb has to do a quarantine season.
But they're done.
I know, it's so crazy.
Crazy.
Tragic.
Anyways, I feel sad for Michael Che.
Me too. Love when people share grief because I feel as though it's universal. But this is really sad.
Yeah, really sad. If you have a chance, read his statement because
I'm going to.
He is well spoken. Next up, Kristin Cavallari returns home after coronavirus isolation in the Bahamas for 3 weeks.
There's a lot of tea around this story. I read
There
a Twitter
is.
thread about it yesterday. Like the timing is,
People are pissed.
Yeah.
As the coronavirus crisis heightens, Kristin Cavallari has returned home from a trip abroad with her family. The star was in the Bahamas for about 3 weeks with her husband, Jay Cutler, and their 3 kids. They were also with Kristin's best friend and hairstylist, Justin Anderson, and his fiancée, Scoot, on what was supposed to be a spring break vacation. So if you've been following them, they were quote-unquote stuck in the Bahamas during quarantine. However, she posted it from New York City on the day that New York City went on, I think it was March 12th or March 13th, which was the day that we all started quarantining. Mm-hmm. Then she went home to Nashville, and from Nashville she went to the Bahamas. So she went to the Bahamas in the middle of quarantine and then got stuck there.
And then like made it a narrative, like we can't come home.
Yeah.
But like you knew that when you left.
And you know what? Honestly, my dream is to be like quarantined on vacation.
Yeah.
There's an article about this like couple who went on their honeymoon and got stuck in the Maldives because they couldn't get back to South Africa where they're from. And on the one hand, it's like that's the dream. On the other hand, everyone's pissed at these people who are like going to islands, taking up their resources, like infecting potential locals. And then there's the other piece to it is like you went on this trip in the middle of coronavirus and then are surprised that you're still there. Even that honeymoon couple, like they thought it wouldn't apply to them.
Yeah.
And I mean, it applies to Kristin and Jay, but I actually think they went on this trip purposefully hoping
to get away.
Hoping to get stuck there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I'm not someone who's going to judge other people's like level of social distancing, but this is something that I think we spoke about briefly when we were reporting on the Ariel Charnas stuff. It's like, you know what, do what you want to do. It's a free country, but like when you have a platform and you know how like nuts people are, like just stop at some point, like stop fucking sharing. So with Kristin Cavallari, like, do I really care that she went on vacation? No, but like people do. And just the fact that they were posting so much, like we're stuck, when in fact, like it really wasn't like that. Just put your phone down. Like that would really like get rid of half your problems.
Yeah, and also you can't be stuck if you have access to a private plane and you're not in a country where there is a travel ban.
Yeah.
So they're in the Bahamas, which is not a long flight from Nashville at all. Maybe 2 hours. They have the means to get a plane. They could have left at any point.
Yeah.
And now they're back in Nashville. Now they need to self-quarantine for 2 weeks. I agree. Like, just stop, like, throwing it in everyone's face.
Yeah, that's the problem with all these, like, quote-unquote cancellations that have happened during quarantine. It's mostly due to the fact that, like, the celebrities and influencers who are getting in trouble is just because they didn't stop posting. Like, all right, I get that you're, like, an authentic influencer and, like, you have to post every moment of your life, but, like, at some point, like, take a look at this from a PR perspective and put your fucking phone away. Like, all right, you got stuck in the Bahamas. You don't need to post a million times of pictures of all you guys drinking on the ocean that you guys got stuck in the Bahamas. When in fact, you didn't get stuck because you left during your quarantine.
And you know what? The thing is, so many celebrities in like normal times in Normantine.
Yeah.
They're so elusive and invasive, and they don't post to social media. They don't even have social media. We never know what they're doing.
We want their privacy.
They never give us answers, and they're so happy to like not post. And when they post, it's literally like a national news story.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden during quarantine, they can't stop.
No, everyone's just like an influencer,
and nobody cares. I mean, actually, Kristin Cavallari is an influencer, and she is always posting, so it is her job to post. But I also think she thought that people would like think it was funny and cute, and I think a lot of people didn't too. She doesn't give two shits what people think about her.
Yeah.
Like, she's also an anti-vaxxer, and she just has always like done whatever she wants.
Yeah, she gets in trouble. Like a picture of her, you know, at the beach on 9/11 or whatever.
No, the picture of her on the beach was social distancing, but she had a picture in New York City, like of her
looking fabulous.
Yeah. But she doesn't care, which I kind of respect.
I respect
doubt
that
too. We're never gonna hear from her about this. Like,
you know what? I actually like that. Like, people who don't feel the need to release a written statement every time, like, there's a couple mean tweets about them.
Right. And you know what? Like, as much as we could be like, you know, this was irresponsible. If I could have been in the Bahamas during this quarantine, I would have been there in a flash.
Oh, totally. We're all just jealous.
If I had a house in the Hamptons, I would be there in a flash.
That's like the way people talk about Meghan Markle. Like, 90% of the time, like, we're just jealous.
Yeah, but with Meghan Markle, it's different because, like, you're never going to be a royal. Sorry to break the news to you. But, like, you
could be Kristin Cavallari.
Yeah, you could have gone to the Bahamas. And if you could have, you would have.
Of course.
And you should have.
I just wish I had had, like, a month-long trip planned.
But I just can't deal with the people who left the country, like, when the quarantine was very much in effect, and then saying, stuck.
Yeah, like, help, we're stuck.
Like, I would leave the country when the quarantine's very much in effect and be like,
woohoo, suckers, see
got
ya.
out.
Yeah. No, it's so dumb, but that's just life as a celebrity. Yeah. I know it well.
And people really are just like getting super nitpicky now, you know?
Yeah, well, people are bored and people are pissed and people are annoyed, and honestly, they're just taking it out on the people who it's easy to take out on, the people with private jets and trips to the Bahamas.
Yeah, no, and now it's become like a celebrity, say, posts about they're going to the grocery store to get essential items. They're wearing a mask. Where'd you get that mask?
Oh, by the way, mask is literally like now the new like controversy.
Yeah, no, but then it's like celebrity goes to the grocery store to get the essential items and not wearing a mask. Why aren't you wearing a mask?
Totally. I went to a bodega, did I tell you?
So now it's like you can only be wearing a scarf or a bandana used as a mask, or else, sorry, canceled.
I went to a bodega, like a New York bodega, to pick up some like snacks, and literally behind the counter where they sell like cigarettes, they had Ziploc bags with masks in them for $3 each.
I'd love to see it.
So honestly, it's not that hard to get masks.
It is hard to get masks. Oh my God, it's even harder to get Clorox wipes. I'm running low. And I mean, I
actually just found an unused
Stop.
box, like, because I never bought for quarantine. I just always had in my house.
I never bought for quarantine either because I never use them as much as I do now.
And I thought I was keeping both boxes in my kitchen, and I'm running low on those 2 boxes, and then I found a third in my bathroom.
A box of
Clorox wipes. A tube? What do you call it?
A tube. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Tube,
I was like, do you have a box of tubes?
No, it's a tube. It's an extra large tube.
Shit, I'm literally so jealous.
Thanks.
Anyways, so that's what the celebs are up to. Next story is very exciting because the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills taglines are here.
Oh my God, they are?
And they are splendid.
Well, they have to be.
Yeah.
We were talking a lot yesterday about, and I actually got a lot of DMs about this conversation about the production companies and like the different styles they bring to different franchises. And a lot of people, and I definitely agree, were saying like whoever produces Atlanta, which I think is it's called Peach because Georgia, they do a fabulous job. Like, they have this real elegance and style that they bring, and that is always reflected in the taglines as well. And whoever produces Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is also a top tier production company.
Oh,
so I'm really looking forward. Let me know. Hit me with them.
Okay. First up, Kyle Richards.
Something about a zip code.
Around here, there's more than just dresses in everyone's closet. So it's still about the community. Around here, zip code in Beverly Hills. She could have said in Beverly Hills. But
yeah, no, she always talks about, like, the town.
Yeah, and so she's staying true to herself. Lisa Rinna.
Wait, let me think.
I mean...
Lisa Rinna. Something about dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The Secret to Life. Dance like everyone's watching.
Oh my God, I love her. That's fabulous.
I love that. Dorit?
Something about like fashion, clothes, glam.
I won't settle for anything less than everything.
Oh, that's very cute.
Dorit.
Very cute.
Garcelle?
Oh, something about acting, like she won't act with her real friends or something.
Life is an audition, and honey, I'm getting that part.
That's excellent.
Excellent. Teddy?
Oh, she's pregnant, so like new birth, rejuvenation, new face.
You never know what to expect when I'm expecting.
Oh, that's really good.
Mm-hmm. Erica Jane?
Broadway star, living her dreams.
Break a leg? Not in these heels, honey.
Excellent.
I think I'm doing a good job reading
Yeah.
them, too.
The way you did Garcelle's was so funny.
Denise Richards,
Oh, I don't know.
who I think has the best one.
Oh.
My life may not be a fairy tale, but I'll always get a happy ending.
Ooh, that's good. That's really, really good.
They're really good.
What about Sutton?
Sutton doesn't have a tagline yet because she probably doesn't become a housewife until the middle of the season.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm like so down for Garcelle. This is so exciting. I mean,
This is so exciting. I'm actually like counting down the days.
like my heart is actually like beating really fast.
I usually like don't look forward to a new season. I just like these existing seasons that we're in and like getting new episodes. But like I always get so excited for Beverly Hills because it just straight out the gate, it's popping.
But because, by the way, this is the greatest time of year. New York and Beverly Hills always premiere like near each other, and it's just always an exciting time to be a Housewives fan. But honestly, like with the really lackluster New York premiere with like the sad taglines and the sad theme song, like the whole weird sad vibe, Beverly Hills is making me like really, really excited, and I'm really excited about Garcelle. I'm really excited about the ladies without Lisa because last season without Lisa was so fabulous. Like they thought like the show wouldn't go on without Lisa, but like honestly, all the women are really good friends, and I think that's why it's always so good. Is like no matter who comes and goes, like the core people are always really good friends. Like I know that Teddy, Kyle, and Teddy and Kyle are really good friends off screen. Lisa, Rinna, Dorit, and Erica are really good friends. So it's just like nice. And Dorit and Teddy are good friends because their kids hang out.
They
like,
still are good friends?
Yeah, well, I don't know right now, but like I have seen pictures of them on Instagram.
Oh, really? Because like for a while they seemed like show friends, like good enough for the show, but not like we're hanging out off
There's
season.
relationships like intertwined between, and that's why like it exists off air, and then when they come back on air, it's like still really good. But that's what always the problem is with New York. They film right after the summer, and I guess people in Beverly Hills don't do summers like people in New York do because everyone has like a big house and a pool, so they don't need to go.
It's always summer in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, but in New York, like people flock and none of the ladies see each other, and it's just so boring to like see them catch up with each other. Like up until Thanksgiving, they don't really hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like in Beverly Hills, like in summer, they just like go to Italy, you know,
Yeah,
or like
for
Greece.
2 weeks.
Yeah, and then they're back.
But then they're back in their mansions with their pools and their pool boys.
Yeah, totally. I'm so freaking stoked.
Those were fabulous taglines.
Fabulous. Like I'm just so excited. So many of my favorites, like Dorit and Erica.
I think Garcelle's was my favorite. Say it again.
Sorry.
Life's an audition.
Life's an audition, and honey, I'm getting that part.
Oh, I love her. That's really good.
I think my I mean, honestly, they're all so good. I think my favorites is Denise because it's like makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But I love Lisa Rinna's.
It's just so funny how the point of a tagline has really evolved. Because when it first started, it was like really one sentence that defines you. Like, I'm a doctor and a wife. You know, like it was, and now it's just more like a mantra.
Yeah. I mean, we love to see an evolution. I think
We
also
do.
in the beginning, it was something that they said in the season. You know, like how like in Jersey Shore is like, Patty's here.
Yeah.
Like, and then they would just say it over. But it's become
I will
really.
rip his head off.
It's become a really big thing. And I really don't think there's any excuse for bad taglines at this point because the fans always give taglines.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know, if Ramona tweeted, like, I need a tagline for this season, she would get 100 great responses.
No, and I follow like 4 or 5 really, really big Housewives fans, and every year they come up with like potential taglines, and they're good enough to be on air.
Yeah.
And it's important. You watch it every episode.
Yeah.
The New York ones are so bad.
And the best ones stick with you.
Of course, you either love me or hate me. There's no in between with me.
And the best ones speak to the season. Like, you can throw me to the wolves, but I'll return leading the pack. That's a good one.
The crown is heavy, darling. Leave it where it belongs. Actually, you know what? Even though I hate her taglines were always iconic. Life isn't always diamonds and rosé, but it should be.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Fifth and final story, One World Together at Home telecast will span major networks, feature Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney, Lizzo, Billie Eilish, and more.
Fabulous.
So music live streams that Global Citizen has been webcasting on a daily basis to promote the World Health Organization initiatives during the coronavirus pandemic now have considerably more spectacular outgrowth. The two organizations have announced One World Together at Home, a global special that will be seen and heard across major broadcast and cable networks and digital music providers on April 18th.
I want to be excited about this, but I can't stand more fucking celebrities in their pajamas at home.
I agree. And so instead of being negative, I'm going to say I'm excited about this for the people who are going to watch.
One of them not being me. You know what?
Unfortunately have plans, but I'm excited for you.
Jackie, actually, yesterday, you said something that really spoke to me, and it's like we've been so negative lately, and it's just so hard for me. Like, even when I was watching Love, Rosie, I'm like, I had such a negative attitude, but I'm like, it's gonna turn around and I'm gonna love it, and that obviously did not happen. So I was wondering if, like, you being the beacon of light and positivity, that you could maybe impart some wisdom to both me and people at home who are just feeling so, like, I actually realized yesterday after you said, like, everything I say is like I'm making fun of people I'm saying, and that's usually the case, but it's been another level.
It's been another level. I mean, for me too, like, I literally had to take a few days to self-reflect and be like, this is a tough time for sure, and everyone's going through it. People at home, like, even when I say I'm feeling moody, like, people can relate to that, but like, we're in people's homes every single day, and I don't want to contribute to anyone else's moodiness, and I definitely don't want to yuck anyone's yums. And you know what? Obviously, there are some people who are watching these concerts because they keep putting them on.
So true.
And to those people, I say, congratulations, you got a show. Now, if I could talk about all the canceled things that I like that didn't get picked up again, maybe I could get a show too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes effort to, like, just stay above the line. That's what I'm like.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's like it's hard, but it's worthwhile because I felt so much better after yesterday's show than I did after Thursday's show, where I was just like, why am I being an asshole?
Yeah.
Why am I hating on all these celebrities who, you know what, even if, like, it's cringeworthy, they are trying to make people feel better.
I know.
But it's also, like, self-serving, and they're just like, they're telling me to be strong, and, like, you telling me to be strong doesn't make me any stronger.
Yeah, also, we run an entertainment show, and it's more often than not funnier to be mean than it is to be, like, light and positive and funny and airy.
Yeah, but it's also... It's just, you don't want that to be your legacy. Like, I think of people, like, being a celebrity commentator, like, it's so easy and even funnier sometimes to just be mean. But then you're just, like, that mean person. And then, like, you're going to die and go to the gates and they're going to be like, you're mean.
Is that what you're worried about, rolling up to the gates?
No, I'm just worried about, like, I'm thinking of one person in particular who, like, back in the day, like, did a similar job that we do. Not Joan Rivers, like, someone, if I said, I just don't want to talk about them because
I know
you know who it is.
Yeah, of course.
And it's just like, I don't want that to be my legacy.
I know.
And have people think of me.
Yeah, that's true. But in the age of quarantine, it's much harder to stay above that line.
Yes.
So do you have any words of wisdom?
My words of wisdom would be, this too shall pass. We're going to come out bigger and better and stronger. The parties are going to be crazier and louder and rowdier. And you know what? I'm never showing up late again. Parties called for 10. I'm showing up at 8:30 to help you set up.
Jackie, do you know what today was 2 years ago? Ben's 90th birthday party. That was so fun. Where
we got there too late.
We got there too late. And I did show up early to set up. But, like, we just didn't have enough fun. And, like, everyone, like, you know, at like 1, people, like, left and went to another club. Like, I will never do that again. Like, I will never take a party for granted. And that's what's been really hard about watching all these new seasons of Housewives, is that the seasons really just revolve around different moments at parties. And all I want to do is go to these parties.
Yeah. So, like, just think of those parties. Like, and you know what? When that time comes, you're going to, like, have so many parties to go to. You're not going to have time to rest and lay in bed and watch TV. So, like, get all that out of your system now, because good times are around the bend. And you know what? Even though it's Sansera Alfresco season, it's also allergy season. And the fact that we don't have to, like, be, like, all wheezy and sniffly and, like, with the pollen right now, we're just going to graduate to, like, summer fun.
Right. You just cruise right past that moment. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into our TV recap section. Before I forget, I need to tell you about One Tree Hill. I started watching. For those who, people have been asking me where to watch it. It's on Hulu, all 9 seasons. And I just started watching it because I truly had nothing else to watch. And I've been looking for just, like, a nice, big, chunky show with a lot of seasons that I could just dive into. And of course I went into it with a negative mentality, because that's what I do. And I'm glad I stuck with it, because everyone was like, the first 2 seasons aren't really, they're, like, cringy and weird. But after the 3rd season, it's literally the best show. And I'm in the middle of the second season, and I'm not gonna lie, like I'm absolutely loving it. And Ben is loving it too. Like we watch it every night before bed. And he made a really good call. Like maybe the show isn't that good, but every time you watch the episode, they start the episode with the theme song, which is "I Don't Want to Be" by Gavin DeGraw, and it just like makes you want to like the show. There's so many things about the show like that I could die about. You know, it's so cringy. Like it's high schoolers acting like they're 30. It's everything you hate about like the Riverdales, but it's on ecstasy.
I just have to say something about high schoolers acting like they're 30s. Like, I think it's so destructive because when you're 30, like we are now, like you watch it, you're like, what the fuck? These people are in high school. And when you're in high school, you're like, am I supposed to be 30?
No, am I supposed to be living with Jake with his baby? Like, it's just, it's so, I'm like,
it's so destructive.
There's no parents. And nobody has a parent.
Like, I feel like we need to do a better job of like high school shows reflecting like the real high school situation. Like even the fact that Lily Collins was playing an 18-year-old
and a 30-year-old,
31, like
totally. But with One Tree Hill, the problem with the show is that you genuinely despise so many characters, and also the problem with the show is like they play with your emotions. It's like there are all these storylines and they make you hate someone. Like Dan is evil. And then one day they just decided, oh, we're going to make Dan nice. So then you're like feeling like, am I supposed to start liking Dan? They just make you go back and forth between how you feel about people and how you feel about them, like Peyton with Lucas and Lucas with, like, it's like mind games, but it's really like because it was so long ago, it's the template of like a lot of really popular shows like about high schoolers. Like it's really, you could see how like, it's like it's the only show I keep comparing it to is Riverdale, but it's like literally the OG Riverdale. Like it's just...
No, you should compare it to the OC because
they were on at the same time.
Yeah, so
but I just mean like that. It's that template of a type of TV show that like I see now in shows like Riverdale and like Dynasty. But it was just so cringy back then. Like some of the stuff and like Chad Michael Murray is like this basketball player, but Jackie's also an intellect, and he like reads
That's
John,
like Archie.
He reads John Steinbeck, and he's just like really appreciates literature, and it's just like so unrealistic.
I can't.
And just some of the characters make me want to die. Haley, like seriously, she's on that tour bus. Like I hope it crashes.
Someone just wrote a comment of, I can't wait till you get to an episode when.
Oh, I don't want to see.
With the craziest scenario I've ever
I don't want to see. I'm not looking at the comments. People are so annoying. Like, I've actually managed to avoid all spoilers. I feel like, what's annoying is, like, if anyone were to ever watch Friends, they know, like, Ross and Rachel, Like, everyone knows, like, that's the couple. But I haven't heard anything. I didn't even know people's names, from One Tree Hill.
Peyton and Chad.
What? Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Why? Why would you say that?
I don't know, because the blonde characters always end up together. And
no, I don't think that they end up together. I'm Team Brooke. Mm-hmm.
Brooke is Sophia.
Oh, sorry. And that's the most important part about what I came here to say, is that it's no wonder that nobody from the show ever got famous after what's the show called? One Tree Hill, because they're all talentless hacks. But Sophia Bush, it is no wonder she's the only person who got famous. She is an absolute star. Like maybe it's because the people around her are so terrible at acting that she's like...
Oh, wait, no, maybe it's Sophia Bush and Chad.
All right, just stop talking, please.
Because they wound up married.
Oh, that's true. Well, she is just... I can't, like... I don't really think of her that much in real life,
Never.
Like, I never just like think about, Sophia Bush, like is she related to George? Like I just never really think about her. But in this show, she is an absolute star. She makes the show bearable. She is the best character. She's like the rich, cool, pretty girl, but then like her parents go bankrupt. But she's just everything of the sort. She's such a good actress. She's so pretty. She's so cute. Her outfits are so 90s, like her halter top and her flip-flops. Like she is everything of the sort. She's the backbone of the show, and I just love her. And it makes sense to me that she's literally the only person whose face I recognize. Like, you would think this was a 9-season show. These kids were stars, except for Chad Michael Murray. But, like, what did any of them do after it? You wouldn't know anyone from the show. Bethany Joy Lenz, do you know her? Hillary Burton? No, you don't know her because they're nobodies, because they're terrible actors. But Sophia Bush
That's like
was a
Friday
star.
Night Lights also.
Kyle Chandler.
No, but, like, all the kids, where do they go? Tim Riggins? Like...
He's famous.
Wherefore art thou?
He does like weird action movies all the time. I would say he's one of the top 3 people who got famous from that. Connie Britton, Kyle Chandler, and him.
And like Matt
Saracen, nobody. Talentless hack.
Yeah, and Julie.
Oh, Jason Street is famous. Julie, talentless hack.
She was the woat.
Actually, you know who was a great actress? May she rest in peace. Matt Saracen's grandma. She was so cute.
She was so cute. But
it gives me a Friday Night Lights vibe.
What about that girl, Tara?
Oh, Tara, the worst. Talentless hack.
And she, Minka Kelley.
But she also, like, is famous, but, like, not at all. You know?
She's like Sophia Bush.
Sophia Bush is way more famous.
I don't know. It's like they could get a job. You don't really think of them.
Sophia Bush is on Chicago PD.
Always a pleasure to see them.
Chicago people consider Sophia Bush to be like a Mariska Hargitay in the making. She's like a daytime hero.
Really?
Yeah, she's big in Chicago. It's Chicago PD or Chicago Med. I can't remember which one, but one of the Chicago shows.
Interesting.
I'm enjoying it. Honestly, I think you would like it. You know who would love it, but for some reason won't watch it? Is Snitch. I'm like, Margot, it's your type of show. Like, idiot high schoolers who think that they're adults.
Yeah.
Like, that's you in a show. And,
Yeah.
let me not forget the cringe factor. Like, you love that shit.
Yeah.
And
I'm like jealous of you that you're so into a show. Like, I just can't get there.
It's a great feeling. And you know what's really helped, like, dive me even deeper into the show is having a love sack.
Oh, for sure.
That felt like I was setting up for an ad, but
No,
I'm not.
yesterday I was so busy that I didn't even spend a minute in my love sack.
Oh, that's awful. Today
because
I
I
did my
went
makeup.
from my feet like to my bed.
That's awful. Oh my God. Today I did my makeup and turned around and Theo was in the love sack. I keep throwing him in the love sack, like, so he'll think that like it's his new home. And I think it's actually working because today he took like a 30-minute nap in it. I actually forgot he was here.
The love sack can be like really disorienting too. It's kind of like you're on a ship. Like you just keep sinking, and like if you ever take a nap in it, like you'll wake up on a different planet.
Yeah, but the thing with the love sack is like you have to get it in the right formation. And I don't think mine is fully like...
Yeah, you need to like start like punching it. Yeah. Okay, well, let's recap Love, Rosie.
Ugh, okay.
Because I didn't know anything about the movie. I had no expectations, so I just was like enjoying watching the story play out. And it wasn't my favorite movie at all, but like Lily Collins is extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Like, extraordinary looking.
Is she British?
No. Her dad, no, right?
Phil,
I think Phil Collins. I'm gonna look it up really quickly. But like she
shining through.
She's an English American actress.
Okay,
wait. She was born in Surrey and moved to LA as a child.
What's Surrey? London?
Surrey is in the UK, yeah.
Okay, fabulous.
So she like has British roots, but I don't think she has like a regular British accent. But
no,
it's probably
but she
easy.
definitely knows how to do it easier.
Yeah. So the movie was just like not what I thought it was going to be, and it turns out that it's based on a book, which I could actually see how this would be a book that someone would like. It's similar to that book that we all like, One Day in December, where it's just kind of like this two passing ships that like never seem to meet story.
Which is my least favorite type of movie.
Yeah, because it's like, it's even worse than everything going wrong, because it's like nothing can go right.
Yeah, I generally hate movies where it's like the two people keep missing each other, and it's so frustrating because they're meant to be
for like 15 years.
Yeah, and they're in one place and they're in another place. But what made that type of movie even sadder was like her life was so sad and his life was so fabulous, you know?
Yeah, but then like at a certain point, his life is so sad and meaningless.
Yeah.
And her life is so fulfilled.
Yeah, that's true.
And by the end, like what she gets in the end is just like a dream.
That hotel was fabulous.
Fabulous. And like, I guess they weren't ready for, I don't know, but it's also like this whole 15 years was based off of like one misunderstanding.
Right.
When they were 18.
Which is just a little unrealistic.
I know. And you know who like fascinates me?
Who?
Suki Waterhouse.
Was she in it?
Yeah, she was Bethany.
Are you sure?
Positive, because I looked it up. I was like, is that Suki Waterhouse? Because I feel like she looks different all the time.
Wait,
and I don't really know what she looks like.
I believe it's Suki.
And then I looked it up, and she is Bethany.
I literally don't believe you.
In the movie. And I just think she's so interesting.
You're
and
right.
I don't know why.
You're right.
And, like,
I mean, she looks so different now. Here, this is why she's interesting, because she, like, literally...
She used to date Bradley Cooper.
Her life is like a nightmare. Like, she literally dated Bradley Cooper and, like, made him into, like, the fiancé he wanted to be, and then, like, he dumped her, and then the next girl was, like, the long-term girl.
Oh, I don't see it like that.
I do.
I feel like she had the pleasure of being with Bradley Cooper, and the next girl, just, like, they happened to have a baby.
No, because they were together, like, seriously. Like, everyone thought, like, Suki might be the one.
I know. But, like, I think he would have been, like, a forever Playboy kind of guy, but he had a baby. So then he had to, like, stick around. But they wound up breaking up anyway.
Maybe. I just...
And could you have seen, like, Suki next to Lady Gaga at the Oscars? Like, really? No, she would have just... I don't even know her. That's why she's so fascinating.
Well, so that's what's so interesting is it was my understanding that she was a model, and now she is allegedly an actress. And I just want to know, like, how she got to a place to date Bradley Cooper when I don't know any of her modeling work, and up until now, I didn't know any of her acting work.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get in the Hollywood circuit without actually working, like, in Hollywood?
I think she's, like, a socialite. I just think she's really interesting, but I don't know anything about her.
I can't believe that was her. It looks nothing like her. I've
But
seen her
what
recently. I
is she-
actually met her
Did you even
once.
know what she looks like?
Yes,
That's
I
the
met
thing.
her once.
She's a chameleon.
Yeah, she is. And I didn't even think for one fucking second that Bethany could be her. Like, it didn't even cross my mind.
I don't know how it crossed my mind, but I was like, is that her? Because I just feel like I never know. I'm never certain if it's her.
Yeah, sometimes after I watch a movie, like, I'll look up the IMDb, like, the people on Instagram, so maybe I would have noticed. But I genuinely didn't really love this movie. So, like, when it was over, I was just happy it was over and I went to sleep.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't love the movie. I didn't hate it. I thought perfect Toast movie because I would have wanted to watch it anyway. Frustrating story. But I
that
thought
guy is so cute, Sam.
Yeah, and I like Lily Collins' character. She's so beautiful. Oh my God, there's nothing she can't do. No hair length she can't pull off.
Well, I beg to differ. I thought that hair length at the end was absolutely
When
horrible.
she curled it, it wasn't cute. But like when it was every other style, it was cute.
Like at the wedding, it was terrible, and then in the final scene, it was terrible.
No, I liked the short hair, and that's the only way they could really like age her. And then it was crazy that she literally had a daughter that was her age.
Yeah, no, the kid was huge, and what was really sad was that Sam's like fiance who got pregnant, and then like the baby wasn't his. That was really sad.
Yeah, that fiance was crazy.
Crazy. Oh my
How
God.
does he end up with a girl like her?
Yeah, that was like the whole thing didn't make sense. It's like he went to Boston and totally lost his identity.
And what was his job even where he's, having these fabulous
That
houses?
apartment, and it was never like he always planned on becoming a doctor, and I'm sure after the 12 years like he was a doctor, but he was like at Harvard and had this fancy apartment when they were just from a small town in London. Like his whole financial situation made no sense to me.
Yeah, but then also it's like their financial situations didn't make sense to me either because like that house that she lived in was like nice, and then her share of the sales from the house was enough to get her that hotel on the sea.
Well, so
But she also had two brothers, so a
split-
third of the house.
she split the hotel on the sea with
Oh, the pharmacist who was
who was
everything.
literally the best character,
Wait,
such a good friend.
Did the pharmacist put up money for the hotel?
I
on
had
the
to
sea?
assume they like fixed it up together. She had hotel
I
experience.
think she had sweat equity.
I think that they were partners. Like
No, I think that when Lily Collins says to her daughter, like, how would you feel if I used my proceeds, my share from the house, to open a little hotel? She was like, I would love that for you, Mom.
Yeah, so I don't know what like a small cottage in an English village, a third of it gets you, but it's definitely not enough. Maybe she got a loan from the bank.
No, but I think what I'm saying is I think that house was really something. Because, like, it also looked kind of big on the street. And then when she ran across the street to Sam's house
was nice.
Sam's house was nice, but they live on the same street, so how different could it be?
Oh, I thought they lived in like a middle class neighborhood. I never thought
so
about
too.
their financials.
I thought so too until her share of the house, and she had two brothers, and one of them was Rickon. So
Wait, what?
the brothers, her little brothers,
His name was Rickon, or it's the same character?
same character.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on.
Wow. You missed all these little
Love Rosie
nuggets.
Rickon. Which brother?
There's two little brothers.
Oh my God, you're right. His name is Art Parkinson, and
I'm
he
like,
played Rickon
Rickon,
Stock.
fucking run diagonally.
You're right.
You better zigzag, Rickon.
Oh
or
my
it's
God.
over for you.
That's so funny. Okay.
So she has two brothers, so she gets a third of that house.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it was at least $3 million. She at least put $1 million into the Castle by the Sea.
The Castle by the Sea was so fabulous, by the way.
So fabulous.
I thought she bought it like as a house for her and her kid. I'm like, that's a little extravagant, Lily Collins. Because like at that point, I was like not really listening, and I didn't even hear her tell her daughter she was going to start a hotel. And I'd forgotten because they hadn't said since the beginning of the movie that her dream was to start a hotel. So I'm like, all right, this bitch is like getting out of control. Like she sells one house, buys a palace by the sea.
Yeah, no, but she lived out her dream, and I think her dad would have been really proud.
Oh, her dad dying was so sad.
So
and like
sad.
so unnecessary.
And like the husband hiding the letter, but while also cheating on her, like you don't get to take away a woman's joy when you're also cheating on her.
Yeah, that's like a special type of douchebaggery. Like it's unprecedented.
It's like not only can you not have happiness with me, I will not allow it, but you also can't have happiness with anyone else.
yeah, but when she married him, I like wasn't that sad
no,
about
I
it.
was
I'm
like
they're
really
a family.
shipping, and when
he was handsome.
when Sam came back, I was like, Lily's got it figured out. Bye, boy.
Yeah, and I love that like she wasn't sad anymore. Like
Yeah.
I think he always saw her as like kind of pathetic. Like her life just like took a different turn than like what they had planned. And then like he came back and like she had a family, and I was really excited and I wanted that to work for her, but he ended up being a douche.
Yeah, because like at different stages of their lives, when they would sync up, like one of them was always better off, and I
Yeah.
was just like always sad when she was sad, and I was always happy when she was better off.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's like he's like a straight white male, like he'll find success, you know.
Yeah, and like what was with Rosie like at the hotel telling Bethany to go find Alex in Boston? Like what kind of moron does that?
Well, at that point, she thought she was happy. you know, and she was like, I want happiness for him. And I don't think she ever thought they would get married, but like, you know, what's a nostalgia fuck?
I cannot believe that was Suki Waterhouse. That's so crazy.
Crazy.
Honestly, it was a movie that I never would have seen if it weren't for the Toast movie of the day, so that's good, I guess, but other than that, it wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad.
By the way, Sam is the name of the actor, so I guess his name in the movie was
Alex. Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting.
Sam. I'm like, it's Sam and Lily and Suki.
Sorry, Sam, Lily, Suki.
And Rika.
So our Toast movie of the day selection is a Disney Plus selection. It's Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen starring Lindsay Lohan.
I'm so excited.
And I haven't seen it in so long, and I just have one thing to say. Don't move on.
Oh, because I just feel like that girl was a one-time teenage drama queen.
Drama queen.
I hacked up
every day wanna be, and she'd had changed her destiny. Now she's a somebody. Wow. That girl was a wild child.
And you know what else didn't make sense about the movie? It was called Love, Rosie, because obviously they were like corresponding a lot, but that just like did not come through in the movie. Like she never once said like Love, Rosie.
Oh, I just have to say, I just realized why it was called Love, Rosie. They didn't even write each other that much.
But I guess in the book they must have been corresponding, and she was always like, Love, Rosie.
What I like about watching these somewhat old movies is just like a reminder of how we all used to communicate, like with instant messaging and like
they got the Mac situation, the IM to the video chat. Totally right.
And then the 12 years, like her going from her Nokia phone to having an iPhone. Like I thought the tech behind it was interesting. I think it'll also be interesting when we watch Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, because like we were teenagers when that movie was out, and like what were we doing on our computers and phones?
Yeah, I don't know. Dance Dance Revolution, baby.
Totally. I'm excited to watch that, and I know Ben's going to want to watch it with me because he's a secret Lindsay Lohan #1 fan. Also, we haven't discussed that Lindsay Lohan came out with new music. What are your thoughts on that?
It's just like the Amanda Bynes thing, you know?
Yeah, people are dying.
Forever, like, worship the history of Lindsay Lohan and the archive of her work. As far as what's happening going forward, I'm just not interested.
Wow, okay. Official statement.
That's my official statement.
I understand.
It applies to Amanda Bynes as well.
Yeah. Well,
if you want to give me a She's the Man sequel, we could talk.
Oh.
But until then, I have new passions.
My favorite Scooter.
And you know who else I feel that way about a little bit?
Who?
It's like so crazy that I'm going to say this because like at one point, like she was my god.
Who?
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. But she
will
did that to herself.
Forever worship everything she's done up until this point. But you know what? I've moved on.
Oh, you know what would be a good Disney movie?
Hannah Montana Forever?
Herbie Fully Loaded.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Justin Long.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Once I get on Disney Plus tonight, I feel like I'm going to get really inspired.
It's actually a fabulous... Oh, quickly, can we talk about Quibi? Because I downloaded it and paid $4.99. I wasn't ready to make the $7.99 commitment.
I love that they give you options. It's like, do you want a little ads? $4.99.
No ads, $7.99.
Yeah, and it's like, that's perfect.
So obviously I went on and watched Chrissy's Court because like that's what everyone's talking about. And I watched the first 2 episodes and I thought it was fabulous. Like the whole concept is really funny. But like honestly, I thought Chrissy was like a really unfair judge. Like she was ruling in favor. And for the most part, it's like kind of like weird that she's like an actual multimillionaire and she's like deciding whether or not these 2 people like who live very average lives should pay one another $4,000 for a car. And it feels weird. In the first episode I watched, she did cover the cost because it was so dumb, like for a $900 speaker, and she covered it. But the second one, like she made this girl pay $3,000, and it's just weird to like hear that from like a celebrity. Do you know what I mean? It's like a little tone deaf.
I have to listen. I have to watch.
My problem with the show was like I was literally disagreeing with her judgments 100%. Like she would hear the facts, ask a million questions, like it would get funny, and then she would have to make a real decision. And honestly, like she was an unfair judge.
Interesting.
I didn't agree, but I only watched 2 episodes.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
And we get 3 months free, so.
Exciting. Okay, so that's our show, y'all.
Yeah, there's a little TNN news. If you want to head over to the Toast News Network Instagram, we have an update about one of our shows, which was Date Night with Raven and Adam. They've actually decided to rebrand into Girls Night with Raven and Alexis. So we got a lot of really good response from their episode together on Date Night, and they decided to rebrand because Adam's like super busy. They're planning the wedding. They explain it all. There's 3 new episodes with Raven, Alexis, and Adam pops in for the first one. 3 new episodes explaining the whole thing.
I'm so excited.
And honestly, I'm just feeling like this vibe is much more the teen. Like it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, and people seem to be really excited about it. So if you love Raven and Alexis from The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, head over to their new podcast,
Their
Girls
friendship
Night.
is so cute.
So cute. And by the way, they both like run their own businesses, and they like talk so much about like how they wake up every day and they just like love to like do like their businesses, and they just want to like make their businesses so like poppin'. It's really, really sweet.
Oh my God, that's really cute. I'm excited.
So it's called Girls Night with Raven and Alexis. It's available on Spotify and iTunes. And then we'll have new episodes this week of all your favorite podcasts like The Snatchler, Maternity Live, Mood with Lauren Elizabeth, Caviar Dreams with Margaret Josephs. So yeah, it's a never-ending content stream here at Toast News Network. So make sure you're following at Toast News Network and at The Morning Toast on Instagram. That's all we got for you guys. This has been The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube currently, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. So wherever you listen to podcasts, find us, The Morning Toast, and leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys very, very much. Stay safe, social distance, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.